Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at some common mistakes that I've seen in people's working and how they end up leading to the incorrect answer. So we're going to go through each of these and work out what each student has done incorrect. So in our first one we have c squared is equal to 9 squared plus 12 squared. So it looks like their first line is fine. The hypotenuse will be equal to the summing of both sides, square of both sides. So then they've gone c is equal to 9 plus 12, and then they've said c is equal to 21. Now the mistake occurs here, and it occurs here because what they've effectively done is said that if I take the square root of c squared, this will be equal to the square root of 9 squared plus the square root of 12 squared. And that doesn't work. This isn't how we perform this. So the error is here. All they had to do was write c is equal to the square root of 9 squared plus 12 squared. So you have to square them, sum them, and then take the square root. Alright, if we look at b, we have c squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. So first line is fine. C squared is equal to 9 plus 16. So they've got that correct, which is equal to 25. And then they've said c is equal to 25. The problem here is that they forgot to take the square root. Alright, this is a super common mistake. People typically make it because they leave out that c squared equals 25 in this particular stage. And because they do that, they feel like they've solved the question, and so they move on. Okay, looking at c, we have c squared is equal to 7 squared plus 24 squared. So that's fine. C squared is equal to 49 times 576. So obviously for some reason here we have decided to multiply, and this actually happens more often than you would think. It usually happens for students who stop paying attention at a certain point and their pluses start to drift slowly to the side until they become a multiplication symbol, and then without thinking they just perform that operation. So we multiplied instead of adding. Alright, if we look at d, we have c squared is equal to 5 squared minus 12 squared. And then c squared is equal to 25 minus 144, and they've just carried that error through. The only reason this happens is we'll look at another idea in next lesson about solving for the shorter side. And sometimes people get confused between how to solve for the hypotenuse and how to solve for the shorter side. So this should be add, not subtract. Alright, so those are some common errors we see, and they typically happen after a student has done 10 or more questions and they just stop focusing on what they're doing. So just be aware, if you make your working out very logical and read the question and know what you're doing at all times, you won't make these mistakes. Alright, that's it for this video. Hopefully it's helpful, and I will see you in the next one.